Hello and welcome to What the Hey. Thank you very much for joining me to learn the answer to a question that I received. And when I go to my notebook of knowledge, I see that the question is written as, who the hey is Thingermanos? And this question comes from Thingermanos. So hello to you and thank you very much for the question. The easy and basic answer to this question is that Thingermanos is an animator on YouTube, and they describe their content by saying that they make videos like skits or random stuff, and even topic-based videos, but you primarily just have to know the idea that they make storytime-based content, with the occasional meme in there, which is very nice. I love memes. I love a good meme. Although this video is mainly discussing this particular channel, they do have a few other social media accounts, like they have an X, even though there's no posts on it, it exists. They have an Instagram with a good number of posts. It's not like super numerous or anything, but you can keep up with them there. But they do have two other YouTube accounts. One of the channels is basically titled as being extra, so it's extra random content, which is self-explanatory, but anyways. And then the other one is a music-related channel, which when I checked out some of the music, it personally reminded me of just, you know, nostalgic 8-bit music. Not exactly, but it's close. So if you like that kind of music, it might be worth checking out. But because I'm specifically talking about the Thingermanos channel, I wanted to go over a little bit of its history, like when it started on March 29th of 2020. It has around 116,000 channel views, around 1.25 thousand subscribers, and about 27 different videos. As I'll go on to explain in just a second, a lot of this content on the channel is fairly short, so if you're new to it, it's pretty easy to go through. Some of the story time, like topic videos, can range from like, you know, a minute to 4 minutes, and then some of the smaller ones, or the shorter ones, can go about, you know, 10, 40 seconds, whatever. So it's pretty easy to go through and pretty easy to catch up on. But as I just mentioned, there is some content on the channel that's shorter than the main videos section. Like if you go to the YouTube Shorts tab on their channel, a lot of the stuff there is, you know, kind of audio memes or audio trends that is just like viral on the internet, so they've done their own version for it. And then some of the other YouTube Shorts that they have are just like generic, but also still cool animation cycles. Like one of them is like their character walking to a fun song, so it's cool stuff. Another feature that you can look into for this channel would be the playlist category, and currently they have two. One of them is just literally all the content, so if you want to watch all of it in an automatic process, that is kind of helpful. And then the other playlist is dedicated to one specific video of like their own original series. Whether they're going to add more to it in the future, I'm not sure, but I feel like that playlist will potentially be helpful for more content for that series in the future. Another feature to look out for would be the community posts that they do, which if you appreciate updates through a text-based format, kind of, that's a helpful option. A lot of the posts for that category would be milestones on the channel. Sometimes you'll see comments that Thingermanos makes on other YouTube channel posts, so that's kind of like fun to see who they interact with. And then another thing that they tend to do is just give updates about the channel, or if they have questions about like what they want their audience to watch kind of thing. So if you like to stay up to date with things without actually watching videos, that's pretty easy. For this next brief section of the video, I wanted to mention some specific examples of content from the channel. That way, if you don't know what to watch, these are options. Uniquely enough, the oldest and the most popular video on this channel are the same thing, which makes it easy, and that video is titled Meet the Animator, a Little Bit About Thing, which was uploaded on January 5th of 2022 and has around 11,000 views. And then the newest video on this channel is titled Pasta Speaking, Renaptius's Birthday, which was uploaded on September 8th of 2025. Which, to start going into some of my general opinions about this channel, literally talking about the newest video, something that Thingermanos has mentioned in their community post, and I think this is kind of helpful for their audience to know and potential viewers or whatever. The channel isn't on a fixed upload schedule, which makes a lot of sense for anyone who does animation, because life gets busy, things get busy, and art takes time if it's done in a traditional, you know, frame by frame sense. So that makes sense. So if you like a channel that doesn't necessarily rush content and it's done when it wants to be done, then this one might be for you. Something that I like to pay attention to when it comes to animators on YouTube is kind of the progression of their art style and their animation in general. For the example of this channel, I feel like they've done a really good job of improving overall, because if you look at their oldest video, it was like the content was a frame, a long frame accompanied by audio, and then it occasionally changed if there were different words or if there was just like, you know, a different piece of art in general. So it was kind of like animation in a very slow way, I guess, like frame by frame, but very long frames. And then like going halfway through the videos on the channel, they started working with smear animation, which, you know, looks pretty smooth. It's not like, you know, 60 frames per second, but it's getting there. And then with their newest animations, the like fluidity of like the mouth movements and everything is really impressive. And the channel's only been around for like 4, almost 5 years, I guess, at this point, so that's cool. Another thing that I think is cool but also helpful is the fact that in the description of the channel, they list the different tools and formats and stuff that they use to make their videos. And the one thing that I can agree on and relate to is using Google Docs. I use that for like all of my videos, so I understand that one. Another cool thing that I noticed about this channel is that there are a few examples of animation collabs that they've done with other animators on YouTube, which I think is fun, because animation and art and stuff is really cool when you can find other people who have that kind of interest. So to see that they've done that, especially with like online friends and stuff, I think is pretty neat. If I had to say what my favorite video from this channel is, I would say it's the spider one, and my reasoning for that is because the first spider that they draw looks really cute and also really funny with all of the eyes, and then the next second it, like, has a bunch of knives, which is very interesting. And then later in the video, they're talking about how like their dad, quote unquote, yeeted the spider away. That's how I wrote it down. So the fact that the video says yeeted the spider away, I just thought that was funny, so I think that's my favorite video.
And then I hear the loudest scream I've ever heard, followed by a daddy long-legged spider crawling up for my sister. Then my dad pulled over on the side of the road and yeeted the spider away.
But overall, if you're someone who enjoys animation and art, and potentially someone talking about life experiences and stories, this channel might be fun for you to check out, and an easy way to do that is by going to the description, because I'll have them tagged down there. So hopefully that's a broad overview, and hopefully that's the answer to the question. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.